Hello guys. Okay, this is part 4 about um, my personal life dealing with a mental illness. Okay, and this is still preparing the way ministry. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure we all still lined up. Okay, and today is December the 16th 2015. Okay, in part 3, the last one, I ended with talking about when I said I never would have thought that I would say I see why some people wanted to commit suicide, and I never would have thought I would say that. And I know that if it had not been for the Lord, if it had not been for my family, I think about my kids, if my family, if it had not been for the Lord, my family, and me don't want to die and go to hell. I'm laughing on that part. But if if it had not been for them, I could see the ending of my life, because I felt like my life was dead already. And I say that because when the thought came to my mind that day, I was sitting there because, I'm not able to work. I had to come to the acceptance that I'm not able to work, right now. Speaking in faith, I'm not able to work right now. And so I had to come to that acceptance, after, through the years, and then even all the way up to this point where I was not able to keep a job long. And me going through my depression and anxiety and stuff like that. So it was like, it's like, you can't work, so what you gonna do to try to make money and stuff like that. I thank God that I'm blessed. I have my own place that where my son and I, he can have his own room. I feel a place of independence because I have my own place. And it's very emotional for me. And so, and my pride is that I hate asking anyone to help me. I hate to ask for anyone to help. And, my mom always taught us when we was young, don't beg from nobody anyway, we was taught that if we needed anything, we supposed to ask her, if we won't ask anything. So we was brought up that way. And so to ask for help is the hardest thing to do. And it had gotten to a point that I was hate to ask my mom for anything. And then when it had got to a point where, okay, my daughter, she's old enough, she was working, and, and me having to ask her, at the time, could I use her car, or could I, get gas and money, or, different little things, or asking her to buy my son something. It was like I felt like I was like worthless. And so for me to accept, okay, right now I'm not mentally able to work a job right now. Mentally I'm not able to go back to school to try to, because I had went back to try to go for my bachelor's degree, and I was only able to really just do pretty much do a 1/4, and that was, oh God, that was just something. But and I was pushing myself, trying to push myself, and all I was doing was making it worse, so I had to come to acceptance. Okay, I can't work, I can't go back to school. So for me to have to try to ask for help, that is so hard. And when I had got a letter saying that that this program would help, if you disabled, or was told that you're disabled and stuff like that, they could help you, like they help you financially and stuff like that. And I was kind of fearful of even asking for that help, but I boosted myself up to call just to find out. And because that's one of the things I'm trying to do, is trying to help keep, not allowing fear and negative thoughts to keep me from doing things, try to step out a little more. And so for a person, especially a person that, I mean, it's hard for anyone to try to step out and then, to get knocked down and all that kind of stuff. But then it can take a real, oh God, a real big toll. Well, it takes a real big toll for me, and I know it may be others that feel the same way. But when I went through that, and then I was told that, okay, it seems like since, I'm able to clothe myself, I'm able to still cook and feed for me and my son, that they don't see how it would be a problem about me working. And when the woman said that, like an anger came up, just rage. And I thank God I was, I was taking my meds and, and been through, I thank God for a lot of the learning techniques that helps me when I feel the anxiety and the rage, and stuff comes up. But when she said that to me, I wanted to say to her, if I could work, I wouldn't even be asking y'all nothing. That's what I wanted to say. But I was so full. And the only thing I said, okay, then thank you. And I hung up. If she had anything else to say, I didn't have to give her time to say whatever she wanted to say. I just hung up. And that hurted me so, because I'm already, I'm like, I wouldn't be asking this stuff if I didn't need it. I need the help. And I'm like, okay, if I can just get the help in order for me to get back up on, at least get up on my feet. long enough to stay there so I can do these things, then I'm okay. But then it may get to, may be the point where I'm gonna need the assistance. I don't know, but the thing is that I know that triggered me. That was a trigger because I want to work. I want to work. And I want to provide for myself. I want to be independent. And I want to be the person that I'm helping someone else. Okay? And so that's how come I know that God is getting the glory out of this, because it was another incident where I was so hurt. I had a panic attack at an interview I was having. And it was by this one thing that this woman said. Okay, how is you going to be able to have a place to stay? And how are you going to take care of yourself? Something like that. But when she said that, I really felt that panic attack coming up, because I was like, I got so full, my ears were, my eyes got full, and I'm like, okay, I need to go drink me some water. I'm like, I'll be back. I got to get some more. I got up and I was trying to keep from other people seeing me having this panic attack. And that was embarrassing. I had a panic attack right in this office, this interview, and a lot of people seeing me having a panic attack, and that was so embarrassing. And I remember when I got, God worked it out where He had somebody to help, calm me down. And after everything, and I left, and I was on my way leaving, and I said, God, people don't know what a person is going through. They got to be careful what they say to people. And just because they look like they don't need help doesn't mean that they need help. I know it's people that lies to try to get by and all that kind of stuff, but there are people that need the help, and they're afraid to ask for help, or being denied and labeled wrong. They've been labeled wrong mostly all of their lives anyway. And then for them to try to reach out and try to get the help, that is so crushing. It crushes. And I remember saying to God that day, I said, Lord, even though I felt like I didn't have a voice, even coming up and even now and stuff like that, I said, God, I could be a voice for someone else. Because, you don't know. You don't know unless you are going through this process. Like I said, I never would have thought that I would say, I see why people commit suicide. You taking your life, but when you thinking to yourself, no matter what you try to do, you want to do this, no matter how you try to do something, and you cannot do it, it's just, it feels like a dead feeling. And you love your kids, you love your family. But a lot of times when your mind is racing negative things and stuff like that, even the ones that love you can say things that they say it out of their love, but it's hurtful. It's, it's certain words can trigger the depression, the anxiety, and it makes it feel like that they're against them too. Because if you are already against yourself, you feel like society is against you, then your own family feel like they're against you. Then, okay, you like, what else? They feel like, okay, you just using it as an excuse because you don't want to do anything. You just want to get by and all that kind of stuff. No. And they look at, they look at mental illness as something just, they don't look at it as, some of them don't look at it as another sickness, like a person that been diagnosed with cancer. Okay. You can give them the help, but it's a mind thing. I remember a professor telling me about her mom. Her mom, when she found out she was diagnosed as with having breast cancer, it like that, mentally, that's when her mental state just got worse. Nobody really knows where it comes from. It could be hereditary. It could be something just tragic that happened and all that kind of stuff. And so nobody really knows what is what. But I know, like I said, I know that I give God the glory for helping me and keeping me through the process. And I know, and I'm not just saying because, I have not been in a mental hospital. I haven't tried to commit suicide, or try to harm someone else, that, those that do it, that, they don't have God or whatever. Because it could get to that point without, the help that we need. Okay, it can, like I said, it's all different type of mental illness, but we can relate to one another. When I'm hearing the person that's bipolar, the person that's schizophrenic, and just the ones I've been around, when I hear them talk, or they hear me talk, it's like we're a family. A family that, because we understand, even though we're not blood related, but a lot of our symptoms, things that we go through, is similar, and it could have gotten to the extreme. It could, the possibilities are there that it could get so to the extreme where the rage can come in so strong. And if your mind is not, the healthy mind, that mind can carry you places that you would never thought that it would carry you. It would take you places. Before you know it, you'll be like, okay, did I just say that, or did I just do that? I don't remember doing that. All that kind of stuff. And what I do love, and I thank God for, is that those that I have been around, that I have met up with, the ones that have, had that, to the extreme of, being mentally in a mental hospital, and those, some of those that, that rage of the bipolar, uh, symptoms just gets got so bad, that they, their family may have to, call the police on them and stuff like that. But the thing is, when they're at their calm state, is that, the praying to God, and I'm like, God, this is just a blessing to hear this. And then for those that, one, I never, you would never thought of that they're deal, have a mental illness. Ones that you wouldn't think that they battle with this illness every day. And them being at the point that they are, that it's not it's shown up not recognizable, because God has blessed them to get the help that they need, and to get on their feet and stuff like that. And that's the blessing. That's the the blessing as well, through the midst of it all. And I know that if it had not been for God, I would not be here today. I know that, I thank and praise God that He has, I have the just having that mind and that heart to praise and worship God like I do. That's because I am, I stress so much of, you building your own personal relationship with God. Because, as I look back over the years, and even, when I got back into church, and how I was like, God, I just want to be real with you. I want to praise and worship you, because I love you. And that praise and worship that comes from my heart towards God, and I worship Him, is not because of no show or fashion or anything like that. I worship Him and praise Him because of who He has been in my life, and how He has just been a great God to me and my family. And I love to see how God blesses the others as well. And I want to be a blessing to someone as well. And I pray that that you who all have listened to this, that will be blessed, because without God, we can't do nothing. Without God, I know, like I said, I would not be here today. I know that my mind could be gone. I mean, it could snap. It could have snapped plenty of times. Because if you have so many things just racing, it's not. You just can't. Your mind is not resting, where you can't sleep. Even though you feel so tired and drained, but you still can't sleep. Or either you trying to sleep so it can help calm the racing thoughts, the depression feeling, taking stuff to try to make you go to sleep. So if you sleep, you're not worried. You don't have to face this life and all that stuff. It is so much going on, people. It's so many things that's going on. We don't know what a person faced with. If it's either mental illness, if they are diabetic, if they have cancer, you know, to, different other illnesses and stuff like that. Just like they have to, because I'm a diabetic and I have high blood pressure as well. If I don't take the medicine and eat like I supposed to, or exercise like I supposed to, how do I expect for my sickness to be under control, or under control, or just get rid of? I have to do the same thing when it comes down to my mental illness. And yes, prayer, yes, I would tell anybody, keep on praying, keep on praying, keep on praying. Don't let nothing stop you from praying, okay? Have the faith that you are healed. Yes. Keep praying it. Yes. Even though you may still have the symptoms, you feeling this, and hey, can't nobody tell you that you're not feeling this. And don't let nobody make you feel bad because, look, I feel like this, and they can say, well, you're not praying, or you don't believe God, and all that kind of stuff. Hey, look, I have learned. Keep on praying, and you keep believing that God got you, okay? Believe me, God got you. When nobody else feel like he got you, or they got you, or whatever, God got you, okay? I know that when I have my anxious moments, and when I feel that depression coming up and stuff, and I was told that I'm using it as an excuse. I don't want you to use it as an excuse not to do this and that. And that, it hurt me, true enough, when I heard it, but I'm not using it as an excuse. It was like, okay, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm faced with at this present time. But it'll all, it's just for temporary. I think it comes and goes. I know I am aware of this is what's going on, this is this and that. Okay, if I can't express it this way, I can express it another way. I can do it another outlet. If it's my breathing techniques, if it's just me getting up, reading my word, speaking God's words over my life. If it takes me, okay, I always want to learn how to crochet. I thank and praise God, I learned how to do that. So when you find your outlets and be praying through the midst of whatever you're going through. No, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs, but don't give up on living the life that God wants you to live. And for you to give God the glory, keep him in the head of every situation there is. Keep him lifted up, and believe me, your life is helping and promoting that, okay, God is real. He's able to take care of you. He's able to pull you through whatever the situation is that you're going through. And then you're blessing someone else that's also going through the same thing. You're able to relate to whatever there is, and you're able to help them. And as you're helping them, you're being helped in the process. And so, I just think, and I thank God. I do. Because I felt crushed and down and all that kind of stuff, and then I still have my down times, but I have my ups as well. So when I turn that into, okay, I'm, I want to help someone else that going through this same thing. Yeah, they're in the church. They could be a minister. They can be a pastor, evangelist, prophet. They can be just, just a child of God. Ones that may not even believe in God, but to help them, to let them know you can make it through Jesus Christ. No matter what task that you're in, no matter how your body may feel, you can make it. You can do anything, all things through Christ that strengthens you. He gives you the strength that you need for whatever situation that you're faced with. And don't let no one nothing change that. If it's going to change for anything, let it be changed for the glory of God, for the better. And so I know I let this video went right one call. So I'm gonna cut this off and I'm gonna try to end it and wrap it up on the next video, okay?